Item number 1.
Yes, Lordship. Lordship, I'm seeking some accommodation, Lordship. I'm not feeling very, Lordship. On the last occasion, I deeply apologize because due to overlook the cost list, I could not appear.
What is this matter about?
This is matter about where I'm actually the teacher, Lordship. Then my case was dismissed. Then I filed writ petition before the single bench. Thereafter that, I filed the appeal where it was directed to file a review. Then after the filing the review was dismissed. Therefore, I have come before this court, Lordship. This is the appeal for the second time, Lordship. So I humbly pray that to accommodate me for some time.
So this is coming as a last chance.
Lordship, that is there, but the Lordship on the last occasion, actually, I have no intention to avoid this case, but I sincerely apologize because there was due to overlook on the part of my this one cost list, I could not appear.
Was there any delay?
There was delay is already condoned, Your Lordship. It is there. Now, it is only to decide on the main appeal.
Lordship, only my submission so far, this appeal is concerned, Your Lordship. There were 7 writ petitions, Your Lordship, and it is a common judgment, Your Lordship, and only 1 writ appeal has been filed. And in one of the writ petition, Your Lordship, the writ appellant here, Your Lordship, what happened, Your Lordship? He filed a writ petition by enclosing a fake document, Your Lordship.
So
Fake document, Your Lordship. If Lordship, if I...
No, Lordship, that is only an allegation.
Lordship, kindly come to the judgment passed by the Honorable Single Judge. Lordship will find it at page 186 of the memo of appeal, Your Lordship, Annex 1.
Six. 186.
Lordship, kindly come to page 186. That is the judgment passed by the Honorable Single Judge, Your Lordship, in the series of writ petition.
Yes.
If Lordship kindly come to page 194, a para 11 of that judgment. Lordship, this writ petition 119 of 21, Your Lordship, this has been filed by the present writ appellant, Your Lordship, basing his claim on a document that is the Corrigendum 13/5/2021, Your Lordship, which was a fake document, Your Lordship. And when all these disputes were brought, Your Lordship, the Honorable Single Judge, Your Lordship, directed the inquiry to be conducted by an authority of the department, Your Lordship. And from the report of the inquiry, Your Lordship, that has been highlighted by the Honorable Single Judge at paragraph 12, Your Lordship, of the same judgment. Lordship, kindly come to page 195 at I. Please take out the report of the inquiry.
Yes.
Lordship, since I'm asking for the accommodation, Your Lordship, I prepare all the query of the, I will answer all the query of the court and also counter to the senior advocate what he's making submission. Or I will satisfy you. Since I said that I'm not feeling well, I'm supposed to meet a doctor. Therefore, I'm seeking accommodation. I'm not trying to run away. Since seeking accommodation means like this, he's trying to argue whatever. There's no bar. However, I'm asking only to accommodate me sometime. I will satisfy and whatever that I will counter Your Lordship on the next.
You have not filed any affidavit.
Lordship, in the writ petition, we have filed, Your Lordship. I'll rely on the affidavit. It is here, Your Lordship.
Has he filed a reply to that? The reply.
Yes, there. My rejoinder also was there. Everything I will come at the time of hearing, and moreover, there is a private respondent also is here. We have served a notice, and it has been already been affected. The private respondent also is not appearing in the police court, Your Lordship. Now only the state is appearing.
When should we keep it, Mr. Chudan?
Lordship, if I may pray, Your Lordship, writ petition number 119 of 2022 may be called, Your Lordship. It was disposed, Your Lordship. May be called, Your Lordship. Because in this case, Your Lordship, there was a fake document, Your Lordship. Whether a person who approached the court based on a fake document, whether Your Lordship will grant him the relief, Your Lordship. 119, Your Lordship, of 2022.
I have no objection for calling the record, Your Lordship.
And the report of the inquiry also, Your Lordship, it was submitted earlier, Your Lordship, in the, where is that writ appeal? Writ appeal. Yes.
Yes.
Lordship, also, if Lordship is pleased to call the record of writ appeal number 50 of 23, that also disposed, Your Lordship, because in that writ appeal, Your Lordship, there was the report, that report and inquiry has been enclosed by the writ appellant, Your Lordship, in his additional affidavit.
When do we keep it?
Lordship. Any date, Your Lordship.
18th July.
8 July.
18th.
18, Lordship is fine.
This appeal has been heard for some time. List the same for further consideration on 18th July.
Lordship. Much press, Lordship.
Apply, Your Lord.
Number 2.
Maybe please. This is a murder case, Your Lordship. It will take some time, Your Lordship.
No, we have just enlisted the criminal cases
Yes.
because we were running short of civil cases in the
Yes.
list. So whenever you can get ready, we will take it.
I'm ready, in fact.
I'm ready.
You can proceed today.
Lordship, yes.
You?
Yes, yes, Lordship, it can be.
All right. Pass over.
Number 3.
Other matters will be called. Other matters.
Take this. Maybe, please, Your Lordship. If Your Lordship permits me, there's a murder case. What happened? At page 10, the type copy of the FIR, Your Lordship, this happened on 28 March 2003. And the FIR, if I'm permitted to read, Your Lordship, the translated copy of the FIR,
22nd March.
page 10 of the paper book.
22nd March 2003.
It's only one paper book, Your Lordship, page 10 of the paper book, the type copy. May I read, Your Lordship? To the IC Muktapur subject affair, the report about the death of a person which is very heinous in the village Amlari model. So, with reference to the subject cited above, with the undersigned below, we come to inform you that there has been a death of a person which is very heinous in the village of Amlari model on the morning of 28 March 2003 at 7:45 a.m. in the residential home of Srimati Potami Bhutto. When we heard the hue and cries, the neighbors and the village as a whole was in commotion. Everyone who was present in the village rushed to the place of occurrence. When we arrived at the place of occurrence, we found that Sri Karman Supo, 30 years of age, husband of Srimati Potami Bhutto, along with his son, a minor aged 4 years of age, namely Danmi Bhutto, they have been hacked and were lying on the ground, and also another daughter who was grievously injured. We request your respect wholeheartedly to do the needful. Complainant, General Secretary, Amlari, and the headman. This is the FIR, Your Lordship. Then there were as many as
FIR is at page?
page 10. The type copy is that page 10. That 8 witnesses were examined, Your Lordship. And charge was framed, Your Lordship, at page 24 on 1st day of November 2013. Charged with 2 heads under section 302 and 326 of the IPC. Page 24.
Page 14.
No, page 24 is the charge. Under 2 head was framed on 1st November 2013. Your Lordship, if I'm allowed to come to the evidence. There were 8 witnesses were examined by the prosecution, Your Lordship. And PW1 is at page 58. The deposition of the PW1 at page 58. Is Nicholas Bora on oath, if I am permitted to read, Your Lordship. I am originally from Nagaon, Assam, but I came here in July to church for my livelihood, and thereafter I got married to Brother Lady and have now settled here. I know the accused person as her village she is residing is adjacent to my village here in Jaintia Hills. I came to know about the incident when I had gone out to the shop situated near the house of the accused to buy pun leaves. I cannot remember now when I returned back from the shop, and on my way to my house, I saw a crowd collecting near the place which is used for washing clothes. I also went there and saw the body of a person lying there, and the body is that of a person whom I know as Kaur. I did not see the accused there. I met the deceased Kaur on the day at 6 a.m. on the road as Kaur was coming from Sendai village, and around 7 a.m. I saw his dead body where the crowd collected. I was examined by the police in this case. I remember that I told the police that I saw the accused Patumi Bhutto coming out of her house holding a dao in her hand, white, but I did not notice any blood on dao. This is very important for me, Your Lordship. Did not notice any blood on the dao. This part of the statement is very important. At the time, there were already a crowd gathering. I also saw the brother of the accused snatching the dao away from her. The brother of the accused snatching the dao away from her. Why? Because she wanted to take her life away. Your Lordship, that being the reason, the brother is the witness PW5. It corroborates PW5's statement. This is about PW1. Then, Your Lordship, if Lordship is pleased to come to PW2 at page 62, that type copy. Srimati Brian Shana, I know that this is Corman Sopo, as he is also a resident of my village. I do not remember the date of the incident, but I remember that on the day I was washing clothes in the morning at a public tap, which is near the house of the judges. And while I was washing the clothes, I suddenly heard the screaming of the judges, and when I looked, I saw the judges coming out of his house and went and collapsed just outside his house. And when I saw the accused Patumi, wife of the judges, coming out of her house holding a white dao in her hand and gesturing and threatening with the dao. The accused and the judges are my neighbors. Thereafter, neighbors also collected at the spot where the judges had collapsed. I know only this much. Then cross was declined. This is PW2. Then come to PW3, Your Lordship, at page 67. Is a doctor, Your Lordship. So we are not disputing about the medical, the doctors, therefore cross was declined. Then PW4, Your Lordship, at page 73. Srimati Phoebe Supor. I know of this case as a disease Kerman Supor was my elder brother, and the accused Patumi Bhutto is my sister-in-law, and having two children, a son and a daughter out of her wedlock with the disease. I do not remember the date of the incident as it was long time ago, but it was around 8 a.m. On the day of the incident, I was washing clothes in the village tape near my house, and the house of the accused also nearby. At the time, there were many other villagers washing clothes in the tape. When we heard shouting and crying that my brother has died, hearing this, I fainted. I became unconscious. Around 10 a.m., after regaining consciousness, I found that I had been brought to my house, and my parents told me that my brother had died. I was not allowed by my parents to go to my brother's house as I was fainting. Later, the villagers told me that my brother had been murdered by the accused, his wife. From our side, we do not lodge any FIR, and on the same day of the incident, both family members of the accused and our family members compromised the matter, but I do not know the reason of the compromise as it was done by the elders of the family. It was the village authority, the headman, who lodged the FIR, and till date we were on visiting terms with the accused. My father's still alive, and his name is so-and-so, and my mother had expired some time back. I cannot say if the villagers have seen the incident or not. That much. PW4. Now PW5 is important, Your Lordship. PW5. I know of the case as the accused is my eldest sister and the deceased was my brother-in-law. Being the husband of the accused, I myself stayed with my wife and family in a house which is near to the house of the accused. I do not remember the date of the incident, but it was in the morning around 8 a.m. I was having my morning meals when I heard a screaming from the house of my sister, the accused. I immediately came and went to the house of my sister and saw the accused coming out of her house holding a dog and putting it on her neck, cutting herself. I ran towards my sister and snatched the dog from her, and my sister fell down and fainted. I also got injured in my palm of my hand as I was snatching the dog. By that time, the villagers had gathered and I went home to apply medicine to my own, and I came back and came to know that the son of the accused, namely Dhanmi Bhutto, aged around 3 years, had also been cut from the neck and died. The dead body of the husband of the accused was found outside the house near the village road. The police were informed and arrived at the PO, and the police have said 2 numbers of dows, and I have signed on the seizure list. Exhibit 3 and Exhibit 3/1 is my signature. The seized dow were produced before the court today, and they are the said dow, but they are not like them, which are unable to describe which type of dow. Material Exhibit 1 and 2 appears to be used to go and stay in another village, and due to that there was quarrel and fight. The entire village know that the deceased had an affair with another woman. There's a cross. And this brother, what happened, of the convict, saw that the sister is trying to cut her neck, then he snatched away the dog, Your Lordship. PW5. Then now PW6, Your Lordship, this is also a doctor examined the minor girl, having the cut on her neck, the child, and it was bleeding, then cross was declined. This is not restricted. Then 7, Your Lordship, PW7 is the IO, Virendra C.H. Marak, Your Lordship. So he has proved about those doubts, all these things, and GD entry has said that in the cross, Your Lordship of the IO, the FIR received at page 82A, Your Lordship, the cross of the FIR was received at 10:30 a.m. The distance from Muktapur petrol post to the PO, place of occurrence, is about 9 kilometers. I had to requisition a vehicle from Dauki PS, which took about half an hour to arrive, and thereafter I proceeded to the place of occurrence and reached the PO at 11:30 a.m. I left the PO at 2:30 p.m. I held the inquest on the dead bodies of K. Sunga at 4:50 p.m. and of the male child 5:15 p.m. at PO. The material exhibit 1 and 2 were lying near the dead body, and they were stained with blood, and seized exhibit were kept in the police malkhana. This is important. I did not send the material exhibit to FSL. I have examined the witnesses in this case on the same day. There were 2 eyewitnesses in this case, and they are Hanmanmi Bhutto and Priya Singh Sungo. Based on the statement of this witness and statement of accused 164, I charge sheeted the case. I prepared a seizure list exhibit 3 at the PO only at 6 p.m. I left the PO at 2:30 p.m. anyhow to go to the accused residence, and then came back to place of occurrence. So, Your Lordship, this 8 witnesses had stated, but Your Lordship, this is very important. What had happened inside the room, nobody knows. Nobody has seen. Except the minor girl, who was 2 years old at the time. She also got injury on her neck. their husband got cut. Their child, what happened, Your Lordship? The child, 4 years old child, he was having milk. Actually, the story goes like this, Your Lordship. In that place, if the husband has to give a divorce to the wife, they have to come along with a non-tribal friend and offer 50 paisa to the wife through the hand of the non-tribal and try to get the divorce of the wife. That was a case, Your Lordship. So, that is the story of the case, Your Lordship. But how it happened, who hacked this child, Your Lordship, and how the husband got caught, this is the mystery. Your Lordship, another thing, the non-tribal friend who was with the deceased husband were nowhere cited as a witness, nor examined, nor taken any statement of the non-tribal. Who could have been the best eyewitnesses to the incident? That is not known to anybody. Who is he? Where is he? Even the police didn't try to trace out that person. Then, Your Lordship, the trial court below, Your Lordship, then thereafter, I went to PW7, now PW8, J.L. Prophet, one of the person who wrote the FIR, Your Lordship, PW8, I know the instant case as during the relevant period, I was a headman of Umlarai Model Village, Amlarim. I, along with the then secretary of the village, Lucas Sopo, had lost the FIR in this case. I came to know of the incident on that day while I was traveling early morning in a commercial vehicle coming to Joy. And along with me, there were other passengers in the vehicle who are co-villagers, and from them I came to know the murder had taken place in the village. Getting this information, I returned back to my village and visited the PO where police has already arrived and did all the formalities. The accused was also arrested on the day and taken to the police station. Exhibit 6, the FIR lodged, and Exhibit 6/1 is my signature. This is the informant. Cross, I cannot remember who wrote the FIR Exhibit 6. I did not go through the contents of the FIR before putting my signature on it, Your Lordship. So, these are the 8 witnesses examined in this case, Your Lordship. Then thereafter 313 at page 84, Your Lordship, if I'm permitted to read a question number 1, this is a composite question has been put at page 84. Question number 1. PW1 Nicholas Bora stated that you were residing adjacent to his village in Giant Hills. When he returned back from one shop and on his way to his house, he saw the body of Kaur. He met the deceased Kaur on the day around 6 a.m. on the road as Kaur was coming from Sandai village, and around 7 a.m. he saw his dead body where the crowd collected. He told the police that he saw you, Patmiputo, coming out of your house holding a dove in your hand. He also saw your brother snatching the dove away from her hand. What do you have to say to this? The answer comes. It is not true, but on the day of the incident, Sri Kaur killed my 3-year-old son, Mr. Donmi Buthu, with a dove on the same day of the incident, and at the time I took the dove to kill myself. After that, I do not know what had happened. There's an answer to that. Means it shows that the husband had the son while he was eating rice, euros, and he died on the spot. Then the convict, the mother took out the dove to kill herself. Euros. Question number 2. PW2 so-and-so Sana stated that on the day she was washing clothes in the morning at public tape, which is near the house of the deceased, she suddenly heard the screaming of the deceased government support, and when she looked, she saw that the deceased coming out of the house and went and collapsed just outside his house. And then she saw you, Donmi Patri, coming out of your house holding a kawai dove in your hand and gesturing and threatening at PW2 with the dove. Thereafter, neighbors also collected at the spot where the deceased had collapsed. What do you have to say? I do not know anything about this. Then, question number 3 Also not much we can get about the doctors. Then question number 4, also Dr. Your Lordship. She said, I do not know about the finding of the doctor, but my son was hacked by my deceased husband with a dog. Now question number 5, this is very important, Your Lordship. P24 Phoebe Supor stated that Kerman Supor was her elder brother. And you, Patumi Bhutto, is her sister-in-law and having 2 children, a son and a daughter, out of your wedlock with the deceased. That was around 8 a.m. on the day of the incident, and she was washing clothes in a village tap near her house. At the time, there were many other villagers washing clothes in the tap. When P24 heard the shouting and crying that her brother has died, hearing this, and she fainted. Around 10 a.m., after regaining consciousness in her house, her parents told her that her brother had died. Later, the villagers told P24 that her brother had been murdered by you. It was the village authority headman who lost their fire. What do you have to say to this? It is true that out of my wedlock with the deceased, we were blessed with 1 son and 1 daughter. I do not know anything about the narration of P24, alleging that I murdered my husband, as it was not true. I do not know who lost their fire against me in connection with this case. Then, question number 6, Your Lordship. Your neck cutting yourself. Sri Bunman Bhutto stated that you are his eldest sister and the deceased is his brother-in-law. It was in the morning around 8 a.m. when he heard the screaming from your house, and he immediately came and went to your house and saw you were coming out of your home holding a dao and pointing it on your neck, cutting yourself. He ran towards you and snatched the white dao from you and fell down, and you fell down and fainted. What do you have to say to this? It is true I tried to kill myself as my husband has killed my son. Question 7. Again said, P25 Bhutto stated he also got injured in his palm as he was stressing the white dao. By the time the villagers has gathered and he went home to apply medicine to his own and came back to learn that your son Dhanmi Bhutto, aged 3 years, had also been cut from the neck and died. And your husband's dead body was found outside your house near the village road. The police were informed and arrived at the PO, and policeman has seized 2 numbers of white dao and has signed on the seizure list as you 3 and 3-1 is a signature. What do we have to say? I do not know about the seizure of another dao, but I know only 1 dao which I had cut myself. I do not know about the dead body of my husband lying outside my house. She didn't know that her husband has been died. Now PW8. This is also important. Question 8, PW5. Hunman Bhutto stated that he talked with you regarding the death of your son and your husband and came to know from you that you suspected Jesus had an extramarital affairs as he used to go and stay in another village, and due to this there was a quarrel and fight. What do you have to say to this? It is true that we used to quarrel, but on the day of the incident we did not quarrel. However, the night before the incident we had a quarrel and my husband left the house and returned back in the morning. Now question 9. P6 Dr. So about the injury of the child, say. Then answer, I do not know. I do not see who has caused the injury on my daughter. So you do not see who has caused injury on my daughter. Now question 10. There's a IO stated that on 20th March so an information received the so-and-so GD entry so-and-so from the conference so-and-so headman so-and-so. So murdered your husband, Korman Sumo, and her minor children, Dhanmi Bhutto, and also assaulted her daughter. What do you do? This is not true, but only I saw my deceased husband kill my son. And then I took the dao to kill myself as I do not want to live anymore. Question 11. PW7, again the IO, so and so 2 numbers of Khasidos, this is. Answer is, I do not know anything regarding the finding of the IO, and I never stated anything to the magistrate. This is very important. Never stated anything to the magistrate. So, Your Lordship, that's all with regard to 131 statement. The evidence is coming against, and she denied categorically, and she categorically stated that, yes, my husband hacked my son, and I want to kill myself. About her husband, she doesn't know. About the minor girl also, she doesn't know how she got injured. So there's a crystal clear statement she has given, Your Lordship. Inside what happened, only she said that the husband hacked the son, 3-year-old son who was eating rice at the time, Your Lordship. So then, Your Lordship, after hearing all these things, the judgment has come. And Your Lordship, if I go through the judgment, Your Lordship will see the judgment says that it is clearly stated that what had happened inside the room, nobody knows, Your Lordship. Then the court has relied on a confessional statement which has never been exhibited. This is the crux of the problem. Court has relied heavily on a confessional statement which was never been exhibited and convicted the accused. That part of the judgment, Your Lordship, at page 104. Paragraph 40 of the judgment. The evidence, if I am permitted to read, the evidence given by PW1, PW2, PW5 are found to be trustworthy about the incident where all of them saw the accused person coming out of her house holding a dove in her hand and was trying to end her life. Death was taken place and injuries have been inflicted on the bodies of both the judges and her minor son. But there is no evidence to show, this is very important, but there is no evidence to show as to who had caused the injuries and who had started the fight. This is very important. To gather and to capture a clear picture of the case that the deceased had died and collapsed outside the house, it is necessary to take a look into a statement given by the accused under 164 CRPC recorded on 29/3/2003, although it was not exhibited. This is the surprising part in the judgment. This is the crux of the problem in the whole case, Your Lordship. And how that learned session judge below has relied on a document which was never been exhibited. Unexhibited document we cannot look into. These are inadmissible in law. Although it was not exhibited, where she stated that on 27/3/2003, her husband left home to stay at Sendai village with his first wife. He returned home in the morning with one person, a non-tribal, and asked for separation from the accused. It appears that a quarrel started from there, but the question is, who is that person? That is the non-tribal. I pause here for a moment. That is the non-tribal person who has seen the entire episode inside. And I will never try to arrest him, nor any statement to that effect, Your Lordship. Was he non-tribal? Was he examined by the police or by the court? She further stated that the deceased asked her to prepare tea, which she refused. On refusal to do so, the deceased kicked her from the back and took out a local dagger and hit her from the back. She stated that her late husband hit his 4-year-old son from the neck 3 times and then her son just stumbled on the floor. In her anger, she took another dagger, hit the judge's husband on his neck and shoulder. Then she hit her 2-year-old daughter from the back of the neck 2 times. It appears that there is no evidence to support the statement made by the accused. Taking 164. Support the statement made by the accused person. However, the fact that the accused person had gone to Sindai village and returned in the morning was supported by the statement of PW1, who met the deceased person when he had returned home from Sindai village at 6 a.m. on 28/3/2003. But what had happened inside the house thereafter is not known till date. And there is no evidence as such, but only the statement under section 160 CRPC of the accused person. The court says that there is nothing. But still I am being convicted on an unexecuted document.
What is the punishment imposed?
Yes, Mullah.
What is the judgment?
Punishment for life. Imprisonment for life. Yes.
Any authorities were cited?
Yes, my lord.
Authorities cited.
Authorities cited.
Yes, sir. I have several authorities to that effect, Your Lordship. Although, on the way the Modi Ganga case, I think my learned senior counsel obviously praised that Modi Ganga. But in my respectful submission that it cannot be applicable to this case. I'll differentiate that Modi Ganga, Your Lordship. So this all with regard to the facts of the case, Your Lordship. I'll analyze the judgment after the prosecution comes in. And I'll cite the authorities also to that effect.
How many matters are there tomorrow? We can continue tomorrow if time permits.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Khan.
Lordship is, no.
Tomorrow, okay, huh?
Yes, sir.
Part heard, stop. Hearing to continue tomorrow. Bracket. 3rd July. Put this after civil matter.
Much obliged.